Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Disco Elysium. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we have a chat with Gaston and René. Right now I think we're talking to Gaston, and he's telling us about how he knows Evrard. So, are you a union member?
Oh,
His cheeks turn red again.
in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties. Help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways?
Oh, yes.
So you're not an actual member?
Not in the technical sense.
His eyes fix on the balls in the crater.
I don't have a vote or a membership card. But Evrard keeps me on the payroll. Just for the little things.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that.
He frowns.
He's a Weservein. Turns the way the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate this socialist rabble.
He continues.
But even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
What are the little things you do for Evrard?
Writing work mostly.
He smiles.
Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
What kind of things do you write for him?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, thanks. That's all for now.
No, thank you.
He nods, smiling wide.
For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
Still can't ask you about the sandwich, though. I wanted to ask you about the Union again, though.
Sure, officer.
He smiles.
They are the good guys around here. What do you need?
We have a thought that is about to be done. Wait, is it the lonesome? Oh yeah, breakthrough is imminent for the lonesome long way home. Thanks, that's it for now. Yeah, bye.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
And we get our perception cap raised to 5, which I think is good because maybe it isn't. Speed does give me psi now. Maybe it isn't because I think my perception was already capped at 5, because everything else is at 5. Yeah, it's fine. We get that. And we also get to go north. Let's not run, Kim. Let's just go normally. Let's hope that Call Me Mañana is still up there. Enormous bowls worthy of a real man. I can't give those to them. I believe in my first playthrough, I believe I failed that check, the one from last episode. And I thought maybe I failed and the ball just didn't, I just screwed up. But no, we screw up, even if you succeed. It didn't go well. It didn't go well. I'll talk to you later, mister. Ooh, I see that. No, I don't see that, unfortunately. Why don't I see that? I clearly see that. That's plastic. Yeah, these people are still here. I spent all my money getting here, says that person. I haven't had a job for years. That doesn't sound like a right
Scab?
thing. Asks a man with jolly eyes tilting his head.
What did he just call you? A... Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
I did just get away from that fucking kid. What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Hold on, where did they all come from?
Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
Right, worms. You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mass, squinting his eyes, as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
It's better than begging, come on, and I'm gonna shake my head.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
He nods knowingly.
These scabs ain't begging. They ain't holding on to their integrity.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you.
His smile deepens his wrinkles even more.
No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money."
He chuckles and then realizes.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
Yeah, what is referring to here? It's a sort of a double-edged. It's not double-edged sword. It's a two-pronged fork, because on the one hand, police unions, which aren't real unions, but they are still unions because they are unionized. They work in a very different way from other unions, precisely because of who holds the power of breaking up any of these fights. And historically speaking, and in real life, when I say real life, I mean historically speaking in real life, and also modern day real life, the cops are the ones that do break up and do fight against basically other unions. So that's why they're not real unions, the police unions. But they serve very much to reinforce the rights of the police officers and the privileges and all the stuff that they have in the to help them in the role that they serve. And so what happens here, and the reason why it's a two-pronged fork, is that on the one hand, cops want break their own strikes up because they're unionized. But on the other hand, it also is a matter of why would they break that strike? Who is gonna force them to break that strike if not the police? You know what I mean? They hold all the power, and that's why they're not normal unions. Or as I said before, and I stand by, real unions, they're not. But hey, you're the man in boots at the gates. Kuno said you know about the armor. He smiles.
The little boy had a good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words, not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble.
He smiles.
One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used us to, what, scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
The probe into the armor, what did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library.
He explains with a wry smile.
I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
What? Hold up. 4 pieces? Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots? What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all.
He gives you a jolly shrug.
Forget about them. I did.
I'm ambitious. I'm going to find all of it. All the pieces.
All of it?
The lieutenant raises his brow.
There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, but okay. Let's find all of it.
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez.
He glances south, where the canal runs.
I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Thank you for your cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He finally takes a swig from the flask. What's the strike about, anyway?
You know, serious business.
He smiles.
I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it?
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
He flips a coin toward you, and I'm gonna try to catch it.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Appreciate it?
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to,
He nods towards the protesters.
you know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing though.
Every little bit helps, you know?
I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
He looks at them in disbelief. I've come to Martinez investigating a murder.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
I have no idea what I'm doing. He whispers back.
That's okay. I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is.
He thinks and then decides.
Don't tell me. It's a better day that way.
Yeah, well, I'm looking for assistance with a dead body situation.
Body still hanging in the tree?
He rubs his chin as if pondering his core beliefs.
Hey, that's a rough pickle. Can't help you with that, sorry. I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union can render assistance.
He shrugs. Does that mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage.
He takes a swig and points up the stairs with his flask.
The passage grants itself.
That simple? I just walk in?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there.
He points to the bridge above the gates.
Walk right past him,
Right.
then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again,
Okay.
and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
For some reason it doesn't seem like it's going to be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview, or
He strokes his mustache.
maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone ever bested him in a physical confrontation?
Not yet, no.
He fixes his eyes on you, evaluating your prowess.
He's incredibly strong.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
It's not too bad, physical instrument. It's not too bad. How did you roll? How exactly does that work? A medium? So I rolled an 11, and the medium is 10. Is that a random chance? Because my physical instrument right now is 5. Oh, I roll a 6 on top of that. On these checks, I always roll maximum. Is that how it works? I'll have to pay attention to that. I wonder if it is randomized. Because it doesn't say there. It doesn't... Like, usually it shows what you rolled, but it might just add a 6. That's it. It's your score plus 6. Has any of the scabs tried converting into his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Got it. Another thing.
Sure.
The man whistles a jaunty tune, the wind rustling his whiskers. Nice talk. Gotta get moving. Yeah. So, there's things in there. We're gonna investigate this area a little bit. But Measurehead, if I'm gonna be fighting him, I kinda wanna have a little bit better health than I have right now, honestly. A notice reads, in case of a strike, press button behind guard. A hermetically sealed door, locked by electronic means. There's no lock picking or door kicking this one. Yeah. It's not gonna happen. There's stuff up there, though. Let's look around a little before we go down south again. Because this is a dead end. Nobody comes close to Measurehead. No one will get past you. You're the right stuff, Measurehead. Not soft and weak like other men. More than enough to please a woman, she says. I see. He's got his own little harem going on in here. Let him be. It's getting late. I really would rather not die after the sun is set, because I believe it is set already. That said, we might be able to do something about the secret passage. Wait a minute, can I actually check that? I don't think I can. Let's see where... I clicked on that thing. Let's see where my character goes. But I'm pretty sure you can't go in there. Also, I'm pretty sure Frit has closed. Let's see what we have. It says GRIH. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. You're just afraid because we're better than you, says that person. Not to me, but to the strikers, I assume. They just want to open the gates. I think that's the point. Why don't you fucking come down here? Oh, maybe they are taunting Measurehead. What do we have in here? The lorries probably stored fuel here. Now they store booze. Yeah, if we could find the drug situation, that'd be interesting. We have a sweet carriage over here. A foreign car, kept in good condition. Kim.
Yes?
I think we're still investigating. Maybe Kim had things to say about what's going on, about it becoming nighttime and all that. Here we have a statue, by the way. It's a statue that... Oh, that's Wild Pines over there. It's a statue that we saw when we come over through there, because we can't see it from here. A bold slogan reads Humanox and covers the truck. Ooh, what is that? That's not interaction, that's looting. That's what that is. It's a shirt for extra physical instrument. How many shirts do I have for my physical instrument? Yeah, it's just a wasted shirt. Tank top, gym vest, reeking of sweat. This sleeveless shirt is the best choice if you're not afraid to show off your masculine upper body and that hairy chest. And apparently work it is the reason why I have physical instrument on that. Also not seeing too many things. Ruins full of snow. No one lives here anymore. Oh yeah, this area. Yeah, not much tear to go around, unfortunately. I'm trying to pay attention, but I don't see anything. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. Who is this? A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philippe III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Ravachol, son of Philippe II, the opulent, father of Philippe IV, the insane.
As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece.
What indentations? What do I see?
Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet? Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Lieutenant, has someone shot the king? I'm gonna point to the indentation.
Okay.
He cleans his glasses before looking up.
I can't see it, but I take your word for it.
What do you think?
Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
Political. It is a king, and his shot.
Why not?
He shrugs.
What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
He takes a note in his notebook.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your sightings.
I don't think I'll be able to bring my encyclopedia up any more than it is right now. But we have a +1 for Heard Crater Story from René, and a +1 from Reality Lowdown gotten. I love it. I love it. That's amazing. Encyclopedia, what did this king do?
What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week ago. How would you know what this guy did many centuries ago? High above you, the king stands triumphantly oblivious to your memory trouble.
Yeah, my memory trouble. I'll come back. We got that line, and it's good to have the failure lines. They're fun. What about this? Huh. Why are some of them yellow and some of them are green, I wonder? And here we have, I don't remember their name, but quite an interesting character. Excuse me.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'd like to ask some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
I'm gonna snap my fingers in front of her face.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
I'm gonna snap my fingers twice.
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you've jolted her back to reality. Are you alright, ma'am? You were out.
Never mind.
She sighs.
I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
She adds with contempt. Wait, what's so sad about the 50s?
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic.
She scoffs.
Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
Where else would you be then?
Back in Mecca, during the time of the revolution.
The smile returns to her face.
The sidewalks and cafes are filled with the young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro. Until you came along, that is.
The look she gives you is accusatory. Who's Gabriel Buenguerro?
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
She shows you the photograph in the lavish amber frame. I'm gonna take a look.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all of his lines.
She leans back, savoring the world she has conjured up. So I take it you were in Mesk when you were young.
Someone was.
She nods as though her meaning were perfectly clear. Someone? Are these not your memories?
They are someone's memories, boy.
She gets gruff suddenly.
What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know?
She looks around.
All of this.
All of what? The world? The present?
What? Yeah, what is she talking about? There's whispers of sort of modes of a philosophical anti-individualism sort of thing. The fact that it doesn't matter if it's her memories, they're still true. It's interesting, but she doesn't really follow up on that. Well, I'm sorry to interrupt your dreaming, ma'am.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Lowman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden.
Her eyes narrow, and she appears to take your measure.
While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
Right. I have some other questions for you. Police questions.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. Behind her, mountains of memorabilia, photos, and knickknacks lined the dashboard. What are you hauling?
Diamonds.
Diamonds? Really?
Of course not.
She says, grinning.
But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
Okay, but what are you really hauling? She shrugs.
Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
So you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry?
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago.
She smiles, a careless smile.
Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
Wait. You get high off driving a lorry?
Oh, it's so much more than a high where I go, Herife. It's low. I go to the bottom.
She closes her eyes in reverie. I was gonna say that I thought that she was talking sexual things, but yeah, she's going down on people. That's what she means.
Yeah, it's definitely some kick. Some terrible kick in the dark. A sleep kick. Perhaps you can find out later.
Are you right on that electrochemistry? Am I misreading the situation? What if the cargo is contraband?
Then it's contraband, lawman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like bad hand Hermenegildo.
Bad hand? Hermenegildos' bad hand strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
I still don't understand this whole boyadero thing.
Of course not. To truly understand the boyadero, you need to listen to On the Western Plain.
Okay, what's that?
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain.
And they live happily ever after?
Don't be stupid. The boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man, one night. As he and his beloved are out walking along the river Margaret, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down.
I think I see where this is going.
So the boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Margaret. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him.
That's not where I thought that was going.
You have to understand. A true boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a boyadero.
If you're wondering what that means, the word, it's a cowboy. It's a rancher. This game has a language that is very similar to Portuguese, but it's a mixture of Portuguese and Spanish in many ways. All the voice actors, as far as I know, are Spanish speakers. All the voice actors that are not, that speak these languages. She's definitely a Spanish speaker. You can tell there's dead giveaways. But as far as I know, there's no Portuguese speaker doing the voice acting. The boiadeiro here means it's a boy. It means that means bull, and it's deiro, which is the bull person. It's kind of complicated to explain because it's similar to the ER suffix, like for example, a tanker. A tanker wouldn't be a person though. Let me think of a person who does, like a driver, for example. The ER at the end of drive is what defines somebody that does the drive. It's a driver, and here is adeiro, which is how it is in Portuguese. And in Spanish, it would be without the I over there. It would be adero, and it pronounced slightly different. But she pronounces it very close to what a Portuguese person or a Brazilian person would pronounce it. So, I don't know. Either way. Before I came, you seemed away.
She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her things.
You hear that, lawman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Wait, why is that, Lieutenant?
Nothing. I just don't think she's connected to anything.
Should you drive a lorry if you get like that?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best camioners around. I drive routes no one else will.
And that's the French word for lorry driver, I believe. Camion. I actually don't know where, how it's said in French. In Portuguese, the word for lorry is very similar to this one, but not in Brazilian Portuguese. I think Brazilian Portuguese, they call it a different term. Either way, that means truck driver. What routes?
Lomonosov's Land, Udajnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain.
She nods and closes her eyes again, letting her mind submerge.
A terrible cold comes over her, rattling her teeth as she stares inward.
The Transcatolia Magistral, U41A, Adestradas do Mirador, all the good ones, the deep trenches, where the bluebirds fly.
She opens her eyes again and shudders. Estradas do Mirador here, being completely mispronounced if it is supposed to be Portuguese. I pronounced it properly, well, at least with a European Portuguese accent. And she mispronounced it, which is another sign that she's not a Portuguese native speaker. I'm something of an expert in blacking out, honestly. You should take better care of yourself. She looks you over and scoffs.
You're right, Loman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously. Thank you for looking out for me. Is that all you woke me up to say?
Well, you seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about drugs.
What do I need drugs for, Loman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare.
The adversary?
Yes. There is a protagonista.
She gestures to the intersection.
And an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
She might be talking about the devil. You know, the sort of Satanistic devil, specifically. The notion of the great adversary itself doesn't exist in Christianism, as far as I know. At least not canonically. Although there might be some sects that do think of that. I don't know. But either way, I think she's a Satanist. That's what she's on about.
I don't like the sound of any of that. Sounds like a horrible drug. The worst one of them all.
Where could I get my hands on an experience like that?
If you don't know,
She flicks her wrist in a gesture of casual dismissal. I wanted to ask if you'd be interested in smuggling some drugs.
why would I want to do that?
For commerce, the lifeblood of the Isolas.
Loman, what in the name of God are you talking about?
Okay, let me put this another way. Are you smuggling drugs through Terminal B? Her shoulder bones crack as she shrugs.
Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way.
Yeah, you said earlier you didn't know what cargo you're hauling. It could be drugs.
Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grad on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grad, Loman?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
It's diamonds, Loman, obviously.
She grins.
Damn this. Make her answer.
Are you making fun of me right now? You better start complying.
I would never make fun of a real Loman, Herife.
Ma'am, you're not responsible for what the client puts in your lorry, as long as the seals are not opened. We officers know that.
He gives you a stern look.
Lay off her.
Yes, I know. I know what stern look means. If you had to guess, who do you think is smuggling drugs around here?
Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet.
She squints across the square.
Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
She's talking about Call Me Mañana.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Thank you, Visual Calculus. Okay, if you're not involved with the drug trafficking, then why are you still waiting here?
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the futures of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
He closes his notebook to stress it. Thank you for now.
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesque.
Her voice trails off. And so does our episode, because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.